he was on his way to being the GOAT villain of the entire Arrowverse. And then the show decided to do this. The Flash is a TV show that's notorious for having arguably the highest highs in the CW era, in the Arrowverse itself. It's also notorious for falling off the wagon as fast as I do when I try to quit cocaine. But in season 2 of The Flash, we were witnessing something truly special. One of the darkest villains TV itself has ever seen. Seasons 1 and 2 of The Flash are arguably peak Arrowverse. Right? That's a fact. Now some people will say, oh, what about season 3? Include season 3 in there. No, I'm not including a season where Iris was able to kill the god of speed by shooting him in the back with a bullet while he was running. The writers are on crack. I'm not going to include the cheesiest reveal of all time where Savitar opens up in a predictable fashion. It's Barry's twin time remnant who's basically Two-Face now. It's like I said all along, I am the future Flash. Like, what the hell? What is this over-the-top cheesy performance that Grant Gustin's giving as Savitar? It's garbage. I'm not gonna try to mention a season that's basically trying to top Zoom with a new speedster that's even more fast and intimidating than before, but fails to live up to even that. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not gonna include a season that had a perfect, beautiful storyline called Flashpoint in the Vault, and it lasts for like 2 episodes, and they're done with it. What the fuck? Come on, man! Why would I include that? Well, and everything after season 3, you know when someone gets molested and then they repress the memories? Like, I have repressed memories. I don't even remember. Like Barry started singing to Iris on a couch or some shit. There was a musical with him and Supergirl too. I low-key like that. I don't mind listening and watching Melissa Benoist dance and sing, okay? I don't mind that. I have a daughter who is annoying and cringe as hell. Cicada is one of the worst villains of all time. Godspeed's a bitch, man. Like, this guy, he's a disgrace to what he was in the comic books. Then there's a big final fight where all the greatest, most powerful speedsters that Flash has ever come across all get destroyed and their asses handed them by this team of nerds. Like, why am I gonna care about anything that happened post season 2? This man. When this man was on screen, when season 2 introduced us to the villain known as Zoom, things were different. I was in high school and all my friends were questioning their sexual orientations because of this man. I don't know why. I don't know why they went that far, but I can tell you he was different, all right? And he was voiced by the voice of Death himself, Tony Todd, Candyman, Final Destination. He's Death. This guy's literally Death, and you have him to voice Zoom. You have the potential for something amazing here. Now, this guy is Aura. Now, that's a very overused term, okay? Aura. It's like a buzzword that's used now, like Sigma or woke, right? People use it without even knowing the definition and all that kind of stuff, or they make up their own definitions. I don't even know what half these words mean. Let me go to Google. Aura, the distinctive atmosphere or quality that seems to surround and be generated by a person, thing, or place. We have different characters with different auras, feelings that they generate when they walk into the room. Batman, badassery, power. That's the stuff you feel from him. Justice, all that stuff. You just feel, your adrenaline goes up. Your testosterone boosts when Batman is there. Right? That's the kind of aura he has. Then you got characters like Selene from Underworld, who has an aura. She inspires feelings of horniness in men, but confidence in women and men, to be honest. Badassery and sexiness. Badassery mostly, but also a lot of sexiness, right? Then you have an aura that inspires fear. Like Zoom. Zoom makes me want to shit myself. There's a scene where Zoom is chasing after our protagonist, and we fear for their lives. We know that the show can't go on if Barry dies, but literally they hide in a panic room from this man, and you fear for their lives. That's how powerful, that's how crazy this man is. Zoom caught a lightning bolt in mid-air and threw it back at the Flash. Made him his bitch. We haven't seen anything like this. I'm telling you, this kind of villain was different. Zoom was literally Bane to Barry. He has the most brutal beatdown that Barry's ever gone through in the show ever, by the way. Not Savitar, not Reverse Flash. No one has done to Barry and ridiculed and embarrassed him like Zoom did. Zoom broke this man's back, ragdolled him across the city, and showed everyone. He showed everyone, hey, look at you, look at me. What the hell is this picture? He shows them to the city. This is your hero? This is your god? He's nothing. He reminded me of like what Bane did to Batman in the comics. Not even the Dark Knight Rises movie. In the comics, he displays him after breaking his back to the entire Gotham City. This is Aura. I believe they modeled Prometheus after Zoom. With the mask, the voice, even the reveal of him being a psycho underneath, which we're going to talk about. They modeled Prometheus after Zoom because of how successful Zoom was as a villain in scaring the piss out of the audiences. All the stuff with Earth 2 in season 2. Them having to travel to Earth 2 to stop Zoom, finding the opposites. That is peak Flash. I love this version of Harrison Wells. Probably, I know Reverse Flash is like a GOAT villain, but I really like this version of Harrison Wells. The fact that he has his daughter that's taken by Zoom. I prefer him to all this garbage where we have this Harrison Wells, that Harrison Wells, because we need Tom Cavanaugh in the show no matter what, and we're gonna kill off one variant and bring another one that's all ridiculous and all this crap. No, it got old and stale after a while. This was the peak. Other than Harrison Wells' Reverse Flash from the first one, this is peak Harrison Wells. I love it. I love. He has a really good story. He actually has a story here where he's trying to save his daughter, and Zoom has captured his daughter and is forcing him to be an inner agent in the Team Flash. Zoom doesn't give a fuck. I love seeing the opposites, the multiversal variants of people like Caitlyn, who's a very shy character, but we get to see Killer Frost, who's hot as hell, by the way. Oh my god. Firestorm. And we will talk about Caitlyn because she plays a pivotal role in how the season plummeted towards the end and how it could have been goated. Okay? She's also fine as hell, but we're gonna talk about that, right? Now, we have a team of variants, evil versions of what we see on Earth 1. Cisco is a leader, is like a mob boss leader, sort of, right? He's the most powerful of them. He's called Reverb. He talks shit to everyone. He thinks he's top shit. He literally threatens Caitlyn. Killer Frost, if you talk to me like that, I will shatter every bone in your body without even blinking. Something like that. And she's scared of him, right? Everyone's scared of him. Until he makes a mistake and violates Zoom orders. Zoom wants all the speedsters alive so he can take the speed. And Killer Frost is telling him, don't hurt Barry. But Reverb doesn't care. He starts shooting Barry with I don't know what the hell he shoots him with. Some energy force. Zoom sees this, comes and kills this man brutally. What did I tell you, motherfucker? You think you're the alpha dog? You're nothing to me. He kills Firestorm brutally too. Chokes the shit out of Killer Frost. Tells her, you were loyal to me, but this is what happens when people violate me. This is a Chad. Like this is somebody who's like, he's a tyrannical leader, but everyone's afraid of him. This is how intimidating he was. It got to a point where this shot happened. He's sitting like a badass on top of the city, and he's carved into a building, Bring Me Wells, and he's looking upon the city like he owns it. When this shot was shown in the show, I literally thought we were topping Reverse Flash, which is tough to do because Reverse Flash in season 1, especially towards the end, was my favorite character. Literally might have been my favorite villain of the Arrowverse at that point. And then when I saw this shot, I was like, dude, are we topping this guy already? And the season's not even halfway through. Oh my god. Zoom is already more interesting as a villain because, one, he has aura. We don't know who he is, so that also plays a part, but he has more aura than any villain I've seen. And then when the grand reveal is about to happen, I believe of the season, episode 15 of season 2, this grand reveal is about to happen. I'm like, who could it be? Could it be another variant of Barry? Could it be his father? A variant of his father? Could it be Oliver Queen? It could be anybody. It could be a variant of anybody. And who is it? Who did they pick? As soon as this reveal was shown, I shit you not, me and my friends, collectively, our smiles drooped down. This aura plummeted into an abyss. Now, I'm not saying he's a bad villain. I'm not saying he's Zoom automatically becomes like the worst villain ever. No, he just becomes so much less interesting. He's basically, this guy takes the identity of Jay Garrick and forms a time remnant and throws that time remnant into Earth 1, so this Jay Garrick could be like a false guide for Barry and fuck with them while the real Zoom is out there. But he is, this is what he looks like. He is what Barry and his team thought was Jay Garrick, while the real Jay Garrick was actually imprisoned by Zoom. Now, this actor plays this Jay Garrick well, a stoic hero type. But when he decides to act evil, I just don't buy him in this role. How do we go from Tony Todd looking like death to like this shit? And he tries to act like psycho because this character is a psychopath, but he tries to be like a Joker, like a makeshift Joker at times, and it's so over the top and cringe. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know if it's an acting range problem or just a writing problem or a direction problem. It could be all three, but I just don't buy him in this role. You're not that guy, pal. You're not. Nothing against the actor. I still enjoy the villain. I just think they could have been a lot better. And interesting backstory. He saw his father kill his mother in front of him. His father was very abusive. It fucked with him. It caused him trauma. And it made him a psychopath who's detached from humanity. He's basically like if Michael Myers or Hannibal Lecter was a speedster. Like, he's a serial killer turned speedster. He's a cold-blooded killer. This is very similar to what they did with Adrian Chase. Masked, intimidating villain, takes it off and is a psychopathic villain, right? This was done better. One, because the performance by Josh Segarra is genuinely, it worked. It was genuinely great. It was psycho and crazy and unhinged, but in all the right ways. And his motivation was about getting revenge on Oliver Queen. That was his singular motivation. To fuck with Oliver Queen, to show him the consequences of all his past sins, right? I don't know what this idiot's motivation is. He went from, I want to be the fastest speedster in the multiverse and rule it, to, I want to be a hero in my world just so I can give people hope and take it away. So we have one, I'm the most powerful being in the multiverse, power, to two, I want to cause chaos and harm on my people in my world. Two, I want to kill Barry's dad so Barry can be like me. I want to change Barry to be more like me. So his motivation goes from power to like personal conflict with Barry, right? And then, I want to destroy the multiverse. Which makes no fucking sense because this dude, we end up finding out this dude actually falls in love with Caitlyn. Zoom actually has Zoom has feelings for Caitlyn because Jay Garrick was playing the team and he was trying to get in, so he tried to get in Caitlyn's pants basically. But he actually fell in love with her because it's Caitlyn. Obviously, she's very attractive, but he fell in love with her. But that means this multiversal destruction thing makes no sense because Caitlyn's part of the multiverse. See, so we went from I'm gonna make Barry like me. I want Barry to know what it's like to be me. Two, I want to destroy the multiverse. Two, oh, but I love Caitlyn, so I care about her though. But I'm still gonna destroy the multiverse. Two, I'm gonna kill Barry's dad and make him be Lord Liggy. Two, no, it was all a ploy to make you race me out of anger. Like, what the hell? This makes no goddamn sense. It just makes no sense. And let's talk about this damn cheesy ass relationship between them, which I don't think these two actors have that much chemistry ever. Like, I never thought these two had chemistry. I never cared for this relationship. I want to be the most powerful speedster too. I want to destroy the multiverse in which I'm the most powerful. But like, what the, who does, this makes no sense. Your villain has 7 different motivations that make no sense. So, what is the problem with this? This is all caused by one singular problem. You want to know what that is? You want to know what that is? Iris. Now, a lot of you are saying, okay, why are we bringing up Iris? What does she have to do with this? Iris needs to go. And I don't mean she needs to die. I mean, she shouldn't be with Barry at this point in time in the show. Basically, what happened with Clark and Lois, where they get together in the final seasons, like the last 2 seasons of Smallville, that's what should have happened with Flash and Iris, because they do not work together right now. By the way, they're step siblings too, right? Didn't Joe, the dad, literally raise Barry after his dad died, like, and take him in? Like, the writers are on crack. We need to emphasize Caitlyn's character more. Caitlyn's my wife. I love this actress, Danielle Panabaker. I love this character. I think she's sweet, beautiful. She's my wife. If Lana Lang divorced me and Ana de Armas divorced me after that, and Kate Beckinsale is my mistress, I get one. But she's my wife. I enjoy her. She's gorgeous. Everything about. I love this character. I do think they start to ruin her character when they do this whole Killer Frost crap at the end. But here's the thing: her and Barry have more chemistry than Barry and Iris. Fight me on that. You don't believe me? In season 3, there's an episode where she's shifting from her to Killer Frost personality and she's getting fucked in the head. And Barry saves her. Barry talks her out of it, and it's in a great scene. And the acting, the chemistry, it's all there. You can feel the tension. And that's the thing. They should be getting together right now. And I don't mean like a Lana Lang Clark thing where, oh, it's going on for too long and it's ruined. Because CW does this thing a lot. These two make the best will they, won't they. But the problem is when CW takes 2 characters that are will they, won't they, and bring them together, they fail. They're much better at writing sexual tension than actually romance, because when Damon and Elena get together, it becomes melodrama. Damon's character gets shafted. He gets ruined. Elicity, you don't even want to hear my opinions on that. I'm so glad Klaus and Caroline didn't really get together, okay? It's better as a will they, won't they. Trust me, CW ruins it all. I know many people are probably, my audience is probably surprised I'm even talking about this stuff. Listen, I'm an Originals fan, all right? Clark and Lana, they have great chemistry when they're together and when they're apart. But the problem is CW just packs on drama, has a breakup every 2 seconds. And no, they're going to be together for maybe 2 seasons max. That's it. They'll be dating. No drama. Oh, we're breaking up and back there. No, it's going to be a great relationship. So we can stall this bullshit. We don't need this Iris, we are the Flash. Oh, drama here, drama here. No, we don't. Iris is like one of the most annoying characters in the show when she's with Barry. That's the problem. And I don't care what anyone says, bro. These two do not have anywhere near the chemistry these two. Now, here's the thing. You know what could be awesome for this relationship too? The Killer Floss persona could come out. And maybe there's a question of, does Barry like Caitlyn for Caitlyn, or the sexy, evil, wild Killer Frost persona, does Barry like that more? You know, maybe there can be like some drama there, because CW loves drama. Maybe that can be the drama. Like Caitlyn's like, do you like me or do you like Killer Frost here? And because Killer Frost is hot. Imagine how hot that is. Like Killer Frost, this sexy, confident, vile persona comes out. And she's low-key, like very attractive to Barry, even though she shouldn't be because she's evil, right? That would be a very interesting dynamic for Barry and Caitlyn to have to deal with. Put me in the writer's room, goddammit. How am I better at writing romance than these dumbass writers at CW? But we're not talking about that. That's there to make sure Zoom doesn't have to deal with this, oh, I'm a romance with Caitlyn shit. No. Here's how we're going to fix Zoom. Zoom's identity is not going to be this Jay Garrick variant thing, okay? When I saw those eyes, I thought this dude was Barry's dad's variant. A variant of Barry's dad, which would have been 10 times better. Because he's a better actor, and the character would change too. So imagine Barry's dad's variant killing Barry's dad in front of him. Imagine what that would do. That would literally make Barry saving his mom and causing the Flashpoint timeline to be more realistic to me. Because when that happened, I was like, would Barry do that? His dad did just die and both his parents are gone, so maybe it's understandable. This would have made it 10 times more understandable, because the trauma of seeing a guy who looks like your dad kill your dad, and then you have to beat that dad. You have to beat Zoom, who looks like your dad, and then he turns into death and shit. Like, this is trauma like Barry's never gone through. Of course he's going to want to go back and save his mom, so he can have some peace in the mind. Zoom's character should simply be this. Because of the trauma he dealt with as a kid, and how detached he's become from reality because of that, and it caused him to be a serial killer, he craves power over love and connection with human beings. That's the thing, all right? He wants to remove all humanity because he sees it, after what he witnessed as a kid, he sees it as a weakness. Similar to Lex Luthor, who is like, I'm done with love. Love has got me nothing but destruction and heartbreak, and your power is more reliable than love, right? And he sees that Barry is another speedster who had a similar thing occur where his dad was framed for killing his mom, but Barry turned out different. Barry is a guy who values love and the light. So Zoom hates Barry because of this. Zoom sees Barry as a variant in the knowledge data that he knows. To Zoom, power trumps love every time, right? But Barry seems to be a powerful speedster with love. So Zoom wants to take all that from Barry. He wants to show Barry that it's all useless. Only thing that matters is power. So this would make him killing his dad more personal. Think about Zoom like this. He's a variant of Barry's dad. He's a lot older than Barry. He's lived twice as long. And that life is just simply hollow. It's brought him nothing but darkness. But he sees Barry, who's living the life of love and all this stuff that Zoom may have wanted as a kid, but never got. So he's going to feel some type of way about that. So he wants to take it all. In like, it's envy, but it's anger too. It's hatred. No, I'm destroying the multiverse. No, he's simply a guy who's on a power roll. No dumb romance with Caitlyn randomly out of nowhere because I cared about her all the time. No, this guy's a homicidal psychopath who's detached from reality. He uses people because he can't feel love anymore. He doesn't know what love is. The one thing they did right with Zoom towards the end is they made him Black Flash. I really love that, but the problem is they wasted this character after. Black Flash should have been used after season 2 to torment Barry even after his death, after Zoom's death. So he torments Barry while Barry's doing this Flashpoint timeline shit. And season 3, the entirety of it should have been Flashpoint, to be honest. Not just 2 episodes. So Zoom turns into Black Flash and is like what the Nazgul were in the first Lord of the Rings movie. They're like this pursuer. This pursuer that you can't escape, right? They don't eat, they don't sleep. It's a very scary, it's like a horror movie type thing, right? And he should have kept Tony Todd. Instead of making him like just a feral animal that's fast, they should have kept Tony Todd as his voice, bro. That would have been so sick. Imagine Black Flash chasing you while, hey, Barry. Like, bro, it's so scary. This is one of the most terrifying characters ever if you banked on it. Instead, they had him frozen mid-speed by Killer Frost. And then killed, destroyed. What are we doing? Why are the writers stupid, man? How are you gonna freeze Black Flash like that? Come on, man. And then Iris shoots Savitar in the back. Like, how come these speedsters go from like god level speed to like pathetic in 2 seconds? And then Zoom in the finale is just like ragdolled by random nerds in the final fight by Team Flash. Like, we've ruined this character now. So Zoom before he, to be honest, even after, but still, Zoom prior to unmasking was better than every single Flash villain. Savitar is shit compared to Zoom. Don't even talk to me about Savitar. Ooh, Barry's variant who's Two-Face now. Like, what the you're nowhere near as intimidating as and his suit looks cool, but I prefer this. This guy looks like the Grim Reaper, all right? The Thinker, he's actually an okay villain, but he's nowhere near as good as Zoom. Cicada, don't even talk to me about that. Godspeed's a bitch. Zoom would slap this dude around in his prime. Eddie comes back as like a villain, kind of, in season 8, I don't know, and brings back all these speedsters. And Eddie himself, decent story, but he just doesn't have that aura. That aura is important. Ra's al Ghul and Damien Dark were great. They were great performances in shitty seasons of Arrow. That's the problem. They were decent characters on their own, but they were in crap stories. Malcolm Merlyn after season 1 is a joke. He's a clown. Season 1 he's amazing. After that he's a clown. So Zoom trumps him. Zoom, I like him as much as Deathstroke. Deathstroke has issues in terms of villain development, but both of them have that aura, right? Zoom probably has more aura pre-mask, but even after masking, I think Zoom is still at this level. I like him almost as much as Adrian Chase, but Adrian Chase is one of my favorite Arrow villains. Like, he's one of my favorite villains, period. Look at this guy. Look at the swag. And this is how you do it right. He's basically the mask off psychopath, but done right. They didn't do it right with Zoom because I don't think that actor was the right pick. I think Zoom, prior to mask off, was like on par with Harrison Wells to me, but obviously after that, it all went down the drain. Harrison Wells as a Reverse Flash probably is the best villain I've seen in the Arrowverse. So if you want to know my thoughts on Flashpoint and how that could have saved the entire Arrowverse and made it better, watch this damn video here.